The time is high tide, 7:15, 30 degrees, Rex. I don't think we've seen 30 degrees in months. But there it is. You can see that the atmosphere has cleared. There's some haze on the horizon. The barometer has come up a bit, so now we're back into sort of high barometer chill, which is more of an inversion situation. So that's why we've reached 30 here on the shore, just away from Boston. Many firsts yesterday. Boston, first 32. Mount Washington, first 0. Both of those are the coldest since March 30, 233 days, 7+ months. So it's been a long stretch of not freezing, but now it's freezing again. And also a first yesterday in Orchard Park, New York, 66 inches of snow in 24 hours. Apparently that is a new New York state record. So all eyes really have been on Buffalo, even though all the lakes states have been getting tremendous snow. That one band near Buffalo, which has shifted north of the city now, really getting most people's attention. Jim Cantori was south of Buffalo in Hamburg yesterday. And there's another person on YouTube, or a couple of people that are really supplying some good stuff here. Matt Saffer shared this time lapse of the snow band moving out of Hamburg back into Buffalo yesterday with a slight wind shift. These snow bands shift. Thanks for sharing. And also a nice Twitter follow, fun Twitter follow. Not sure who, where. It's probably a person that's really into weather in Buffalo. But, like living around Boston, you can say Boston, but it makes a huge difference. Are you near Cambridge? Are you near Newton? Are you near Weymouth? But anyhow, he says he's had 73 inches of snow, not necessarily in a 24-hour period, but in the last 3 days. Tremendous amounts of snow. Great YouTube channel there. You have Buffalo weather. And here in New England, the barometer's going up a little bit right now. So the air is stable so that we don't have any clouds right now. But it's going to change. There's another front on the way. And this next front's going to come in. Actually, a couple more cold fronts, but they're going to kind of weaken. And one is an Arctic boundary that's going to come through tonight. And an Arctic front has lots of surprises. So don't be surprised if you see some snowflakes out there tonight, and especially tomorrow. The heart of the coldest weather is going to come right through New England tomorrow for New England's coldest weather. What do we have down here? Wow, see what a difference. This is what I mean by high barometer cold. Just come down a few feet out of that yard up above, and I've got 26 degrees, and that garden hose hasn't been trained yet. Oops, my bad. And also I'd like to say so long to that last Montauk flower. These are durable flowers, though, aren't they? There's the seeds for next year. The birds will eat these seeds, so save some of your seeds for some of your birds. Oh, yeah, that big pile of leaves a couple days ago that was up in the street. It's down here now. I took it. Yep. It was really heavy, too. Anyhow, that's the worm chow. So what's going to happen? All right. So you get the wind increasing from the southwest and south today. Not a bad day. A really nice day, actually. It's not going to be too windy. Temperature gets up in the lower 40s. A lot of southern New England. Then tomorrow, the Patriots game, it's going to be windy and cold. Temperature's going to hold in the 30s tomorrow. Wind around here is going to be gusting past 30, and there are going to be those big flaky clouds around, especially the first half of the day. And as for our mountains, it looks like the snow has let up around Jay and Killington, and it's just cold and nice today, but then another snow squall or some more snow showers come back in tomorrow, and those will last into early Monday. And then there's another front going north of us on Monday, and with that, we'll probably start warming up. See, it makes a big difference where these high-pressure systems go. So this very cold high that's coming in tomorrow night and Monday, that's going to end up going south of us, so that makes it really easier to warm back up again midweek. So heading into travel weather day, Wednesday and Thursday, Thanksgiving, looks pretty dry, but there's going to be that storm that we've been talking about still on the horizon now within the 7-day, and it's looking more and more like we're going to have a deep trough aligning from the Great Lakes down the Appalachians, and that would drive low pressure off west of New England up through New York State. So that would bring us southerly wind and mostly rain for even the mountains here. It started as snow and ended as snow, but mostly rain, sort of where we picked up from last December when we had the cold shots, but every time it wanted to precipitate, it ended up being liquid. But even though there is going to be some rain coming at us on Friday, it looks like a Friday situation. Temperature jumping near 60 here in southeastern New England. This is true, and I think the GFS and Euro are both agreeing now. So it would end up with just about a 12 to 24 hour sort of November thaw before the colder air comes back in. It will end up probably snowing in the mountains again later next Saturday and Sunday. So that's your 7-day forecast. Pretty interesting. Yesterday I did go to the ski show. I got a lot of edits, made a lot of new friends, and I'll just leave you a couple of the highlights from that. It was fun hearing Bode Miller talk about skiing at Cannon and Kitzbühel, and how he used to just, he knew where the ski patrol was hanging out, and he would bomb by him and keep going, and I don't know how he thought he would ever escape. I guess it was just kind of a cat and mouse every time he skied, and he said the tram line was his favorite line because it was straight down. Have you skied tram line at Cannon? I have. It's like a goat run. All right. I don't know if I'm going to a ski show again today, but it's going on. It's really fun today and tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to feel like midwinter around here before a little bit of a warm-up.
We'd have a race 3 days later on the same hill, and I would win, and they wouldn't qualify. You know, they'd be 3.5 seconds behind. That's just because I was able to manage the same technique, tactics under stress in big situations, and they were overwhelmed by it and had to adjust. They would get nervous and they'd back off to be safe. That would have been my first World Cup win on home soil. I was starting in the 50s, and I had interviews that night, and I've watched those at various times through movies and stuff, and I said it then. I was 20 years old, and it's easy to say now, looking back, having been successful in a lot of areas. But at that time, it's remarkable that I had that. I was pissed. Mostly a lot of beeps in the interview, but then I'm like, look, you know what? Give me 5 years and I'll look back on this as just part of the process. But right now, it's really pissing me off because I keep doing the same thing over and over again. And I went out the next day and got second. You know, I got beat. I actually did back off a little bit. And
Peek behind the curtain. Who's that?
Say hello.
He lives really close to us.
Welcome from behind the curtain. Don't be shy. See you later. Nice chatting. She's going. Say that again?
Are you from the weather show?
Exposition.
Yes. What's your name?
Rachel?
Rachel. Go ahead. You guys up next?
Country Ski Center Association and meet someone very, very interesting. Author Peggy Shin and get an autographed copy of her book.
You're a good spinner. I don't think it's ever going to stop.
Cross-country ski team, including, yes, Jesse Diggins and Keegan Ross.
Still going.
I was lucky enough to be standing within 5 feet of Peggy when Keegan and Jesse.
How hard did you spin that?
So excited. So, if you're looking for an amazing book that tells an amazing story, come on over to the Cross Country Ski Center, get a signed book.
It's never going to stop. Spin again, lost, win a hat, win a pair, spin again, winner, lost and dryer, family and friends.
All right, this is a good one. So you guys can use this one. This is good for 50% off of 6 pairs from our website. Yeah, so you get one for the whole family. Winner!
He wins. What's your name? Where are you from?
Rachel from Westboro.
And how'd you know who I was?
Hello, Mom.
We're big fans.
Oh, thank you. So nice to meet you. Tim from Cape Cod and Weymouth.
There you go, Rachel. What do you got?
A pair of socks.
Oh, lost and dry. Good try.